How's everybody doing tonight? We're here for some stone fucking nobles, aren't we? A band that has energy. They don't bring the energy. I think they invented electricity. Call them fucking Ben fucking Franklin, these guys. They're out there with their new song, Coyote Express. All aboard the Stone Nobles train. They bringing it. 2025, that's the year of Stone Nobles, baby. Worldwide domination. They're gonna be everywhere. They rock as hard as fucking Slayer! Who's ready? Who's ready to make Rhode Island fall into the fucking water? Stone Nobles, let's go!
This band. I like this band. I wrote it down so I don't forget who they are. Oh, I remember. Fucking Slayer! Metal Horror Madness, we're back, and we're back with one of the funniest, greatest, coolest chill guys you'll ever see. They're just like me. They won't just finesse your mom. They'll hang out with her by the trash cans, maybe by the garbage dumps, get some Wendy's, have a jolly good time. They like to drive trains, choo-choo, and on we roam. That's what we do here. We're roaming. We're hanging out. I'm in Mass. I think they're in Providence. I don't know. I should wait to ask them. They're one of a kind. Always fun. Always great. Their songs will put you in a good mood. They will make you want to get out there, drink 30 beers, find the hottest mom at the bar, make out with her in front of her husband, then go home and just start thrashing. I'm talking about the one, the only Stone Nobles. How we doing tonight, guys? Ow! Let's go!
Dude, that might be the greatest introduction we've ever received.
You should be getting that every time. I listen to your guys' songs. They hype me up so much. I've been singing that all day. Wait till you see the thumbnail I made. It is chaos. You're all in it. We got Western themes. I'm down with that whole vibe. That is a sick vibe going on right now.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you
guys
so much.
deserve it.
Yeah.
You guys deserve it. And where'd we come up with that concept? We're gonna start now, and then we're gonna back it up. Like when the train goes forward, I'm gonna hit like I'm the conductor, except I don't have a hat. But I'm gonna put it in reverse, and then we're gonna back up the way I like those metal moms to back that up. And we're gonna ask you right now where the Western theme. Who's the Western fan? Is it all yous?
So
That's Lance.
Yeah, kind of.
yeah, it started. I wrote that song a long time ago, and
Really?
we always had this idea that we wanted to be the kind of band that had a million different sounding songs.
Yes.
We didn't want to stick to one tiny subgenre of rock. So our big goal as a band is to play, everything from, the soft ballads that, the moms like all the way to the heavy shit.
Yeah.
And I grew up, listening to songs by Leonard Skinner and 38 Special and shit like that.
Nice.
And I wrote that song and thought, hey, you know what? If we're gonna play this song, let's have some cool imagery to go with it. We kind of have this idea for our little stage characters that we kind of exist in every time, with it, we're reincarnated every so many years in a different time, and every single song lines up with a different time frame. Coyote Express is the wild, wild west, and we're blowing up train tracks and stealing trains and riding off into the night. And that was kind of the whole inspiration behind it. So it was fun to dip into that.
It's so much fun. Sadie also, though, was a real banger. I know I was talking about that one for a long time. These are fun songs. And that's a good concept you guys have, because for us to get the metal moms in, we play the ballads, we relax them. Their husbands are going to be pretty pissed, right? So then you play something a little more aggressive to get that aggression out, because we're lovers. We're lovers. Look at us handsome fellows here. We can't be fighting all the time. We can't be screaming in public like psychopaths, not acting our age. We got to finesse them out there, and you guys have that finesse, that swagger, and it's just hard to describe because it's very one of a kind. It's got that 70s, 80s, 90s rock, but it doesn't sound dated. How are you guys making that happen right now? Because it sounds fresh and energetic, but it's that nod back to party, good time. And honestly, a lot of your songs are structured better than a lot of the stuff from back in the day. No offense to everybody, but you guys have something going on here.
Thank you, man. I mean, I think one of our biggest sort of like pillars as a band as far as songwriting goes is to like just be able to emulate without imitating. I feel like sometimes you don't quite see the emulating without imitating in a lot of newer stuff, and we figure we might as well try to write something that's going to stand the test of time, something that we all enjoy. It's easy to write songs when you're writing songs that you like,
So true.
and just to kind of do it without really trying to sound like one band, or really trying to have one sound or one particular look. We kind of we pull our songs together in a pretty organic way, and however it comes out is however it comes out. Ultimately, we kind of just want all of it to sound like Stone Nobles to some degree.
Right.
It also helps that we have a million different influences too. Like we like all of us we share like the same sort of things that we like, but it's all across the board. Like from I don't know, like pop music today, like all up until like black metal. Like it's all over the place. So that kind of helps. One of the funny things about us too is that every time we get off stage, there's always someone that comes up to us and tells us that we sound like someone, but every single time it's someone completely different.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Never the same.
Which is a great thing to hear. That's what we want.
flex.
Like we don't want to sound like anyone,
Yeah, and that's a mistake, right? You see sometimes with bands, and they're trying to pay homage to all these greats, but then they start becoming it, and then it kind of gets watered down, like what happens to the scene over and over and over again. It just constantly happens, and I think that's part of the problem is when the newer bands come out like this. You guys are trendsetters, where you're saying we're going to incorporate everything into it. We're going to honor the greats, but we're going to take it into our own way, and we're going to take it to that next level and show everybody this music is still very relevant, right? This is a very relevant style of music because it's coming in fresh, it's fun, and you guys just show that all the time. But do each of you have like an influence that you're more into than the other person?
Yeah, I think we all have. There's like a few bands that we can all kind of agree on at like all together, and then all of us just have completely different like universes of influence. Where I know like Connor likes death metal, but at the same time he likes Phoebe Bridgers, and like I enjoyed Tyler Childers as much as I enjoyed Sabrina Carpenter as much as I enjoyed Bruce Springsteen. Nice. So I think it's I mean, if you guys want to go around, I think we all have our
we have a pretty open mind about all that stuff. I don't think we could pinpoint like 2 or 3 bands because like then that would limit us to writing the same stuff over and over again. We're all over the place, but it's a full range from singer-songwriter pop all the way to the black metal. I think the metal part of it is what helps us. I know a lot of your listeners are going to go listen to our stuff and be like, these guys aren't heavy. Fuck these guys. We're a hard rock band, but we have a really, really huge metal
influence. Guys, don't tell them to go fuck themselves. That's my job to tell people, okay? Go listen to Stone Nobles. It's fun time hard rock. It's got metal tinges. I do agree. I know what you're saying, but I still want these people, I want everybody to know that this is music. You go see you guys, which I gotta go. I gotta get to your fucking show. I apologize for not being there. How disrespectful of me. Ridiculous. And there should be a lot of hot chicks judging by you guys there, so that should be nice as well. But yes, you guys have metal influences. I've heard you talk about it in various types and things. Sorry to cut you off there, and please pick right back up. But I wanted to say, like, you guys have that metal vibe to me, and that's what I think with metal. When I play Britney Spears and twerk in a video, that's metal to me, because I just feel metal. I feel unstoppable. I could do what I want, and I love all that stuff too. And when I go out, before I go out to stuff, knowing there's going to be followers and all that stuff, I play the lightest music. I play 70s folk music. I play pop. That way, Metal Horror Madman could come out and just like a fucking cannon on fucking steroids after he had 13 cups of coffee flying through the air. But I got to be sensitive before then and care about my vocal needs. Please go on. I apologize again.
No, the metal courses through our veins, and if you squint a little bit, it's even in our soft songs. Like
it is.
The structure, there's just certain little bits that they just wouldn't be there if it wasn't for classic metal, death metal, thrash metal, black metal. There's little tiny bits of it scattered in there, and it kind of like I think is what sets apart our songs from being the same old rock song all over again, and something a little bit spicier. So it's the spice that we need in our music.
I agree. You can hear it. You could definitely hear it. And it's definitely in the new song. You hear that chugging. Like I almost heard like Iron Maiden, that chugging on stage where they're just giving that vibe. But then the song sounds nothing like yeah, just like this. I was just there last week too, acting like a moron, screaming Slayers in front of everybody, strangers. It was quite a scene. I entertained myself. But I see what you guys are saying, that metal has that backbone there. You guys have and that's all, you need the attitude, right? And then as you know, when you play live, everything sounds heavier live. It doesn't matter what band it is. Everything's, heavier, more intense. And that's why I'm saying I can't wait to see you guys. I got to try and get to your next show because I want to see that live energy. I'm hearing the songs. I've seen you guys in different places. I want to see when it all comes together live on stage. Like I'm actually pretty psyched because I got a feeling my energy will be matched for once, which I'm not going to take offense to. It's fine. I don't have to be the center of attention at all times, guys. It's all okay. But I'm hearing
Sorry, we'll take it off.
Thank you, please. Don't worry. I'm going to cause a scene there. So the show may get stopped. It has happened about 4 times so far. I get a little out of control. Things get a little wild.
You should introduce us when we go on stage.
I would love to introduce you on stage. I will make you guys the next fucking every band. I will be out of control. They'll probably throw me out of the club.
If it sounds anything like that intro, yeah.
Oh, I would love to do that. I love attention. So yes, if you would like to invite me, I have accepted immediately because these two worlds colliding. First of all, imagine the chicks. Imagine the chicks, guys. Like we don't have to do anything at that point. We just lay back and let all the magic happen.
Yeah, well, they'll follow you. You're going to be bringing them in, not us.
You guys, I'm just using you guys right now because when this breaks, I'm gonna fuck this up. Okay, we know me. There's gonna be some bad viral moment at some time where I go way too far. So I'm gonna need my friends to come in and go, "We got you, Madman. We remember you." Now that we're doing arenas, and I'm not just, and people, I'll say this with certain bands I love. So people may hear me say this a few times. But you guys know I don't follow a ton of people on social media, right? I'm a little cocky like that. The ones I follow, I really believe in. And I really believe in you guys. I need to see you live. I've said it a couple of times I was supposed to, and shit just happened. But I am trying to say you guys are bringing back a style of music the world needs desperately right now. Because if you hear the shit out there, it just all fucking sucks. And they need some real fun time, good music. And I think what a segue, talking like that and then trying to relax right now. And then they just need that fun time, good music from you guys where we all could just let go for a little bit. We don't have to fight over who's the heaviest. We don't have to fight over politics. We just go have a good time. And that's what you guys bring to me. And I mean, how do you keep that energy going, Olis? And you've been doing this about 5 years now or so? I forget.
Something like that. Like
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's been like the total timestamp on like
Over the whole,
of the
yeah,
band.
not as you guys got going, but just the whole like getting it going,
Yeah,
starting.
Yeah, by now we've had Lance for most of that time, and then we got Connor at the beginning of 2023. But me and Brody have been here since day one.
Nice.
Day one. I mean, yeah. As far as like keeping everything, keeping it fun, keeping it, heavy, especially at the live shows. Like, I certainly don't think you'll be disappointed by our live set. It's a lot of headbanging. It's a lot of dancing.
Nice.
And like I said earlier, it's just like, it's so much fun for us to perform like that and to kind of, be known as the band that's like frothing from the mouth the second they get on stage.
Yeah.
And, we figure if we're, while we're still playing in like smaller venues and, local and regional venues, really trying to get our foot in the door, that, there needs to be this chip on our shoulder that like, we need to make sure we're going balls to the wall every time we play.
Yeah.
And that extends itself into the music, obviously.
We like it sweaty.
If I can't barely walk after a show, it was a bad show.
Isn't it? That's the way it needs to be. You ever go to these shows? Go on. Sorry, I don't shut up, as you guys know.
Sorry, yeah, I'll let you go on. But if I'm not in terrible pain after a show, it was a bad show. I need to be hurting so bad in order to feel accomplished after a show for ours. Like, that's how much we put into it. I'd like to think that we put as much into our live show as we do, like, writing the music. Like, that's how much we care about it. So I'm so excited for you to see, like, the other half of it. Because there's not, like, a ton of videos and stuff of that,
right,
like, online. So, yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
everyone needs to come see the show.
we got to come see the show, and then I'll take a video.
Bring
We'll put
them.
something out. I'll collab with you guys, and we'll just get videos out there as much as we can. Because, like I said, I really do believe in you guys, and the ones I do, you see, I always try and promote as much as possible. I just lose track at times, but that was going to be one of my next questions too. Was that the studio versus live? And I asked this of every band that's been on here: is what do you prefer? What would you rather do day to day? Would you rather be in there just writing songs, or would you be rather out there just entertaining everybody, getting all amped up?
I think we all have different answers to this question.
They're both important, but it's hard to beat the live element. It's hard to replicate that. It's hard to like, I don't know. That's tough. We like doing both, but there's something special about the live shows.
I like doing the live shows. I think for the studio stuff, like we're all so creative and we're all each perfectionists in our own way. So it's hard to get out of our own ways when we're trying to work, like just getting everything accomplished the exact way we want to do it. And after a while, it gets kind of frustrating dealing with yourself.
Right.
So in that regards,
It's
live
bloody.
shows better. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to agree with the guys and say that, yeah, I prefer the live shows, and definitely just seeing the look on people's faces, seeing how much energy we put out and give to them. But as far as recording is concerned, that's not to say that it isn't an absolute blast. That it's an absolute blessing to do it with these three gentlemen. It's very fun creating music with them. And one thing that's really great is like, when we're in the recording process and we might be stuck at one point, like maybe thinking of backing vocals, for instance, and then like somebody is like, oh, hold on, like I got something, like, and we'll spit something out, or like we'll add a little bit of something here or something there, and we're like, oh, like that's awesome, like, oh, let's do it this way. Like we're all collaborating with each other with respect to that. So it's a really fun process as well.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I think it's all about like, I mean, why are you in a band if you're not playing live, or if you don't love playing live?
Right.
And it's always fun to like, because like especially lately we've been recording again. We've been lining up some demos to start recording the next couple of songs. And even like in the short time that we've been doing these songs, you kind of find yourself like Connor said, like, just a little bit shorter with yourself. And after a while, it kind of like it festers a little bit. And to be able to show up to practice one week and just like play the set and like get ready for an awesome show coming up is like it's its own thing. And it's just the best feeling in the world. Like, who doesn't want that?
What's been your favorite venue so far?
Ooh. Oh man.
It's a tough one.
My favorite venue.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
I'm torn because we've played in a couple of cool places that aren't home.
Yep.
One of them I'll pick the Token Lounge in Westland, Michigan. Not a huge fan of Michigan, the place. But met a lot of cool people in Michigan, and the venue was awesome. We found out about a bunch of the like insane artists that had played there before us, so that was really cool. And then as far as like something that maybe at home, I mean, we frequent the Middle East, and that's you know what? I take that back. Worcester Palladium.
Worcester Palladium. Yeah, that is a banger of venue, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool moment.
Yeah.
I love going. I'm going to go see Exodus there on Thursday.
I'll be there.
You're going to be there? Let me find each other.
That way, man.
Yeah, maybe we'll take a video where I yell, "Thrash!" I just had to get that out. I've been kind of docile today, and I need to get my emotions out, or else bad things happen. So the Palladium is sick. Have you guys done any?
Go to your thighs.
That's what I got to do, guys. I'm not normal in the head. Have you guys done any festivals yet? Are you thinking of doing any festivals, applying to any?
We would love to. We just kind of did like a smaller one in Newport, Rhode Island. It was like a street fair type of thing, but it was like a family event type of thing. and we were so sure we were gonna get kicked out, and
Really?
they invited us back for next year.
See?
So yeah,
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, they set us up. They set us up in front of like this church booth. It was like
Really?
across the street. And you know what? By the end of the set, the lady running the booth for the church was like bobbing her head and dancing
Eager.
along. And I thought she was really gonna hate it. And I think we won over the toughest demographic for our music. So that was cool.
You just gotta
Yeah.
take a chance, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they seemed
Yeah.
like really. I was like honestly a little bit surprised because like we had joked the whole time about like, oh my god, they're gonna hate us.
Yeah.
Which like we always kind of assume will be the case whenever somebody like wants to hire us.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's like oh, rock and roll, sure. And then we go and but yeah, I mean all of the reception from like people who had stopped to watch, like people who had already shown up, obviously, and the guys who ran the show were like incredibly nice and had a lot of good good shit to say. But yeah, it was that. I think that's basically the extent of our festival run for this year.
It's got to start somewhere. And when women start bobbing their heads back and forth, it usually is a good time. So I do think you guys are bringing some pleasure to everybody. I was thinking about have you been to RPM at all? I bring them up on here a lot. RPM Fest.
No, I heard you mention it though.
You should.
None of us.
You'd be a great fit there. They've got all types of music.
Okay.
They've got rock. They've got metal. They got punk. They got death metal. That's a great one. Like the one I love that I mentioned is Bonginator's one. That's a little more intense.
Yeah.
That's a party. That is the greatest thing I've ever been to. I've never seen anything like that. It is the most. It's an out of control party, but it's not like everyone has everyone's backs. There's no problems. But
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't lived till you partied there because that place got me on a bender for like 2 weeks. I almost ruined my life and my job and my social. That's how much fun, and I can't wait to go back. I'm going to do literally everything exactly the same again. I just don't know. If you guys want to go there and party, though, like I could see you there too, and it would be different because there's all more, like slam metal, all this type of stuff. But then to have you four come out there and just like that punch you right in the fucking nuts, rock and roll, right? That heavy stuff where you go see the hot chick and you go, you're coming home with me tonight, right? We don't sit back and wait and play little games. That's the type of music you have. So I think you guys should just at least try, give it a chance, get out more. Let's get you out there where more people, especially some of the people that haven't seen you before, because I'm seeing more and more in this scene, the crossover, right? It's getting better and better where people say, I like this style, that style. It's not as, it used to be all crazy and everyone was doing their own thing. So, yeah, you did one, you did a small one, you enjoyed it. Like, keep going. Like, we got to keep you guys, we got to keep this fucking train going. We're on a train. I jumped on a train with you. I'm on the train now. I'm one of the backup. If something happens to you guys and you need an out of control alcoholic, right here, he'll grab the reins. We'll drive this thing into the new millennium. But yeah, you gotta just start fucking applying to everything, man. Like just do it, because you guys have something there. You have something. You're bringing back a style of music that's been lost, and you're doing it in a different way. And all the different EPs and singles and styles. It is crazy because every time I'm looking at stuff to share or something, I'm like, every fucking thing looks like a different band they do. Like every album cover is completely different. The rider, like everything's different. So
you've seen nothing yet. Like we have like next
really?
20 years planned. Like and it's fucking control. Yeah.
We got a whole bit like that like because of the whole just switching sounds and kind of doing whatever we want to do.
Yeah.
We have this joke where we say, all right, well, no one can ever blame us for selling out because we've never had one sound.
That's sick.
Stone Nobles sold out. They got big and sold out. That's just what Stone Nobles does. They just do it whatever they want.
Do it their way, and that's something nobody's doing. That's nobody's doing.
Man.
Your jank dads ain't doing that out there, are they? Huh? Your dad's got his black coffee again. He spent the extra 80 cents for the big size. Hey, aren't we psyched, guys? No, come party with these savages. Look at them. They're crazier than me. And I'm not all there. I have nothing. I don't have one screw. If I find a loose screw, it's from somebody else, because there's literally fucking nothing in his head. I love the concept doing that. Are we getting a full album this year? Is it going to be singles, EPs? What's the plan?
I think we're looking at a double single next in preparation for possibly a full album at some point.
I need the full album. You got to get me the full album. Please get me the full album.
That's in the talks for next. So we're gonna do this. And we're stepping up our production like tenfold.
Nice.
Try to make it like as radio ready as possible.
Yeah.
And then maybe try to hit up some labels and stuff like that. See if anyone's interested. And
Perfect.
then
Shameless plug right now.
Yeah,
Hey.
and then talking about doing an album next, possibly.
I'll share all you guys know this. I will just remind me sometimes because like a lot of shit comes in clearly, right? And I don't know what I'm doing half the time. I'll share everything. I'll promote all your shit. Okay, we're gonna get this name bigger. In return, I will just patiently wait for my full album. If it's next year, no, it's fine. If it's the year after, it's okay. But you can't. Past 3 years, you're just busting my balls here. You're like my dad telling me I was getting that new fucking bike.
We'll have it to you.
Yeah, we're gonna get out at festivals. We're gonna have a full length album. We're gonna get signed. I'm gonna ruin my career. You guys are gonna remember me and help revive it. It'll be a classic comeback story. It'll be.
We'll help you ruin it and then rebuild it.
That's what I'm worried about. Actually, do I really want to go to one of your shows? I don't know if that's a good fucking idea. You guys seem like I think you're gonna encourage my insanity.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
We're all gonna be rich. When we get there.
We'll slow you down. It'll be okay.
Just pace me to 5 drinks an hour. The nice thing is, though, I love new music is coming. I'm actually very psyched for that. And we're going to go in another direction completely again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
probably the most different direction so far. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That is sick.
When we're saying we're diversifying now, we mean it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
You're going to hate it, but you're going to love
Man,
it.
you're going to think this is the biggest piece of shit since Five Finger Death Punch. You're going to despise this thing, but you're going to love it too, right? Yeah, sure, guys. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
It depends how drunk I am that day. If I had too many, I'd be like,
I'll
holy
take
shit,
that.
it's great. I'll listen to it in the morning and go, what the fuck is going on here? No, I'm psyched about that, and that's what I'm a big Alice Cooper fan, right? And Alice Cooper has so many different eras, so many different sounding albums. He has everything, ballads to heavier stuff, to Broadway theatrical things, right? So I get that whole image, and that does work. That will work. And you guys just keep plugging away like you're doing. It's all it takes, as we know. You just got to keep going until everything just catches like that. The production, you guys' production already is insane. I was playing some of your songs for some people today, and I was like, you guys sound like you came out in '88 on Geffen Records. And you're telling me we're going to take that to another level?
We do it all in our basement. It's really
Wow.
crude.
It's a very homegrown thing.
Yeah. This is where Coyote was recorded, but we shipped it out to go get mixed and stuff like that. But we did it all in this room for the most part.
That's crazy. And are all you involved with the mixing? Is there someone that does it hands on, or
our buddy does it in his basement, and that's it.
Yeah, but we're hands on with helping him do it. So he'll do it, and then we'll basically mentally drain him with all of our critiques of it, and then that's how it comes out. Yeah,
especially me too, because I don't have at least these guys all, at least to some degree, exponentially more so than me, have know-how and the nomenclature down on a lot of this stuff, whereas it's all everything with buttons and parabolas and sound waves and tracks and everything is complete Chinese to me. So even amongst my, hey, can we do a do-do-ba-da-ba-ba?
Yeah.
Ben's been great. His name is Ben. We call him the Bengineer, but yeah, we track everything ourselves, and then we take it to the Bengineer, and he deals with us for however long he has to.
And when he's very, very close to death, we pull him back. As soon as he's crying and about to give up, we're like, it's good now, we can stop. And then he's like, okay, and then we wait a year, and then we come back, and he's willing to do it again. But we give him little breaks. Yeah, we give him little mental breaks until
you guys are passionate. I mean, and I see that in the music, and I hear it, and even when you're talking about it, and just you guys have this good vibe of we love what we're doing. We're determined to get this thing to that next level, and you get that feel and that vibe, which is awesome to see. And it's just like you said, you just keep getting it out there. You're perfectionists, which is awesome. It kind of scares you when bands. The thing that I always hate is when someone puts out something, they're like, it's the best thing ever, and then they didn't like it 6 months later, it sucks, it's garbage. And you're like, then why am I going to buy the next? If everything, you this bait and switch with me. You guys are passionate. Everything you've put out so far is great. I don't see any flaws in anything. I really don't. Everything sounds catchy. Everything has that production vibe, that production value that I love so much. And it's just going to be great, like we said, when we see you live, and you have all these things in the works for sure. When we go to the next sound, are we getting another theme too? Like, is it going to be the coyote theme, the cowboy theme is done? Is it something new direction or?
We'll go back and forth between all of them. It's going to be a very time travel sort of relationship between all of the chunks of songs that we have. But this will be a slightly different one, and I can't say what it's going to be. Because you won't get that at first from the song. When you hear the songs, you won't think, "Oh, I'm in this time frame." But the time frame we're putting this song in is going to be surprising when we start to roll that out and show people when this is supposed to take place. I think you're going to be a little bit surprised by it. But it's certainly more modern than Wild Wild West.
All right.
That's another thing about our music too, is that it's all in the same universe. Like, even if it doesn't sound like it, it's all connected. Like, it's all planned out.
And it'll all make sense someday. We're just not going to tell you what.
Our goal is to make like a soundtrack. It's really like the rock and roll songs, and you can listen to them individually. But it's really the soundtrack for a bigger movie. It's like a score in a way. So you're gonna get every emotion and every sort of little story that's gonna push the bigger story along, and you need every sound to do that. So this is just another sound we're using to push that story.
And again, I've seen that work before. I've seen it with Alice Cooper. I've seen it with Iron Maiden, right? You go to an Iron Maiden show, there's all these different stories, but everything's connected. Like, even the newest album has connections to the older stuff. So that whole theme is so sick, really sick also. Now, when you put this stuff out, how is that as far as getting stuff pressed? Did you guys have a hard time finding out how to do that? Anyone had to know how to, with the right connections and everything?
We have not pressed shit yet, but we would like to for these specific songs.
There's your next challenge. I want something pressed.
If you want your album, if you're waiting for your album, we'll press the album for you.
But these two songs are specifically going to be pressed. We're going to make sure of that.
They are
45 double singles.
That's sick. I will buy one immediately. I'm psyched for that. And that's important too, as you know, that's another part of this. People love their merch, right? People love their physical media. It's great that that's still there with everything with the digital. How is the digital as far as apps too? Is there one you prefer to put the stuff on? Do you get more action on one over another?
I think Spotify really has been the best for us. It just seems like it's more, because a lot of people like to complain about, no one makes money on streams and stuff. But as like a small artist, you don't make money on anything.
Right.
So like the fact that Spotify has all these options for us to pitch to curators, guys who make playlists independently. Like, we're not just trying to hit, the top guys at Spotify. We're like able to pitch the songs to independent playlist curators and try to get in people's faces like that. And there's just a lot of opportunity that like Spotify provides that you don't really get from some of the other ones. So we tend to like shift our focus a little more to Spotify, but we also try to be everywhere because there's like one dude who has Amazon Music, and you gotta appease that guy too.
There's always that one, right? That made that mistake.
There's one guy.
Free trial. Now it's $7 a month forever, and it sucks. It's fucking. And there's so much five-finger death punch out there too. Like, that's another topic for another day. But that is sick to hear. And as we just keep progressing and progressing, like I said, and I think this year coming up, this is going to be a big year. You're going to have your physical media. You apply to these festivals. You keep writing, right? You keep chugging along. You get on that Coyote Express. All aboard! And you just chug along. You chug along that crazy train, and you get to where you got to go. Also, for the upcoming year, when you do put this stuff out, are you going to have a release party? Is it just going to just be banged out? Because it'd be fun to have a release party, especially with the physical media.
I think it'd be cool.
Right?
Party.
Yeah, well, you guys will be pretty sick.
We haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot planned out for this. It's gonna be a lengthy process, making sure we're all ready to go for the release of that, especially doing physical stuff. But I think it'd be fun to have a little bit of a little seance, if you will. A little ritual.
Yeah, summon Satan serendipitously. Let's all do that together, and then we'll ask him for some things. I met him a few years ago. I did trade my soul for a 77 Camaro and a pack of Lucky Strikes. I thought it was a good deal at the time. I mean, maybe not at the end, but right now I'm living my life. The car you will last a couple of years.
You look great. You got a full head of hair.
Look at me. It's flowing like an Adonis. I'm ripped. I got everything going for me. There's nothing I can't accomplish. I'm too good for the world is the problem. Just like you guys are being too good for the scene right now. So we got to keep this going. We got to keep ramming it down everybody's throats. When you guys met, how did you guys all end up with this lineup? Where did we get to from the beginning to here?
It all started when we were born.
That's usually how it happens.
No, Lancer and I actually met one Saturday morning, just going to play hockey at a local rink. And my brother had actually introduced him to me, and then several months later, he hit me up and was like, "Hey, like I'm starting a band. Like, do you want to play bass for this group?" So I said, "Hell yeah!" So Lance and I were in this band. We were called Blind Rooster. It was a 3-piece. Played a lot of basement party shows at URI. Those were a blast. And then, partway through the band's existence, Ross and I were taking a class together, and we kind of rekindled as far as like us being like close, because we were all from the same town and we hadn't been, talking for a while, just as far as, us not being around each other, but we reconnected and then, started this group for him doing something for Greek life. And we ended up getting voted off of it, unfortunately. And we, had put some time in and figured, okay, let's just keep playing. So Ross and I kept going. We had a couple other guys come and go as far as drummers, and then we had a different bassist. But we had recruited Lance. It was during COVID when Blind Rooster kind of fizzled out. The drummer had actually moved away for employment and such. So Blind Rooster kind of fizzled out, and we recruited Lance to join Stone Nobles. So here we are, and we became the 4-piece. And then since then, we've added Connor, and he's been an incredible addition to the band.
Now we're diabolical.
Yeah.
Diabolical
now we all look the
multiverses.
same.
Yeah. It's nice. It's a nice visual. It's calming for me right now. There's one guy that looks different.
To be therapeutic to some degree.
It is therapeutic. I'm like, wow, that luscious hair. It's everywhere. There's just locks of it. It's crazy. I wear wigs, though, sometimes. I also dress like a woman sometimes. I like to do fun things. I'm a lunatic. Did you stop talking to Ross because he's also a mental patient?
No. Oh. Absolutely not.
I just wanted to make sure. I mean,
you should have stopped for that.
His TikToks, I feel good about myself when I see his TikTok. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not that fucking crazy. It's okay. I'm out there making an ass out of myself by myself. So I appreciate you very much for that. But it's like, here you are with this lineup, and how does it work when you guys are writing the songs too? Does everybody write, or just some of you?
It's
a jumble.
Yeah, it's become kind of a pretty natural process for us, where a lot of the time, like Lance or myself are typically writing a lot of lyrics, just kind of like in general, you have the idea, you write it in your phone, you write it on a piece of paper somewhere, until that becomes like a full song or like half of a song or a riff and a couple of cool words that you liked, and we kind of just bring it in with each other, and like, whoever brought the idea up will kind of lay it forward and, give a little bit of vision on it. And everyone kind of just pieces together the rest. They all I don't think there's one song that we have that we all haven't like touched on a little bit to some degree, at least the newer stuff, like since Connor's gotten here, of course. But I think we do a good job of that, of like, even if, say, if I write an entire song, Lance will have like one like thing for a bridge that's just like, let's just like add this in and make it more metal. I'm gonna like do this growl thing like Dave Mustaine, and it's gonna be like really scary and black metal. But then we're gonna go back to the pop chorus. I'm like, okay, that works. And then all of a sudden Brody's thinking about like, okay, well, how am I gonna fill this in? Maybe do a little time change here, and then Connor's tearing apart some like intricate shit behind us. Like, we've learned a lot about each other creatively, to the point where it's like we're kind of in stride every time a song gets thrown into the room.
That's sick. That's good. And that's the thing. A lot of times I know it's because in some bands, right, there's just one person doing everything and someone's doing a lot of stuff. So it's definitely collective. And it's definitely, you guys are the most out there process I've ever heard in my life with the different backgrounds you have in genres of music and then what comes out, which is crazy. I'd love to fucking sit in a session there and be like, what the fuck is going on here? But it sounds like you guys have this vision that just keeps going around. And when I was talking about the festivals too before, I think it would be great to get that networking in there because a lot of these bands can help you as far as getting like when we were even talking about the pressings, there's a lot of places out there that you could get some pretty good deals just to get some cassettes and CDs out, even if it's not vinyl yet. I know a place I should probably tell you about where it'll work well. It's like a limited run. You get your shit. It's not costing you anything because the more you network, the more you'll have those options. And that's really the only way to find out about it. And just keep getting this out there more and more. So you're in there, you guys do that. What about the set list? Who makes that?
We just kind of figure it out.
Do you really?
Yeah,
a
couple weeks beforehand, we'll kind of we'll have a practice where we're like, okay, we're gonna plug in and run the set, and then once we show up for that practice, we're like, okay, so what is that?
Nice.
I think it's just kind of a room reading process where it's like, all right, who are we playing to? Like a couple weeks ago, we played with a band called Spread Eagle, old metal band from the 80s.
Yep.
Yeah. And so we figured, we were like, okay, well, why don't we bust out some newer stuff that we haven't played before that's a little bit heavier, a little bit darker. Let's try it out. Why not? So I guess it kind of changes with the venue and how we feel like we're going to be kind of presenting that night. But it usually comes together pretty quickly. We figure it out pretty nicely.
Our set list is also so locked down too that if we change it, we still know exactly what we're doing. We haven't used set lists in a year.
Wow.
Even if it's changing from song to song or if we jumble things around, if we're starting off with one song, we should know what follows that. And if that song is coming, then we know what follows that. We just have it so locked down that it's pretty seamless. We don't have to worry about it that much.
It's all up here.
It's all in there.
It's the hair, right? It keeps the memories in there. That's why I can't remember anything. Can't have nothing to wrap it around and keep it in. What's your favorite song to play live? It's a good one, right? It's one you got to think about.
We kind of have it's more of a B-side song, Tempt Me, but only for selfish reasons because I spit blood and then run around in the audience like a madman.
Yeah, we do a whole head banging and unison bit. And it's if you look at our Instagram, a couple reels behind the most recent one, there's a montage of us banging our heads to the outro of that song, and that's it's the halfway point of our set usually. It's a good way to get really fucking cranked up for the last half. So that's a fun part live. Yeah,
it's definitely a tone setter. I think
the rider's a lot of fun. I feel like there's there's some kind of sonic energy with the rider that even though it's slower than some of our heavier songs, it just hits harder.
It's
a
fun.
That's
a good song. Yeah, I got to hear it live. Studio is great for sure.
Yeah, that song always surprises me live because it is one of the slowest songs we play, if not the slowest song we play, depending on the set list. But it always seems like it draws more eyes, and they're on our end, we all kind of lock into this really good energy with that song. I don't know though.
Agree on,
I think
maybe collectively Stone Nobles.
We have a song
Stone Nobles.
called Stone Nobles.
That's unreleased.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Stone Nobles by Stone Nobles is the greatest Stone Nobles song you've never heard.
Really?
It's how we start our set usually.
Is it on YouTube at all, live at all, or no?
No. It might be.
It might be.
Do I listen or do I wait till I go in person when I can soak in that energy and give that energy back? I should probably wait till I see it in person. I don't want to be spoiled. I want it to be
Let it simmer. Let them simmer.
Let it simmer for a little bit. I can calm down, guys. It's fine. I can sit back and wait. I have patience. I'm like fucking Guns N' Roses.
If you really like it, then we'll find a video to send so you can listen back after.
That I would appreciate. I like this idea. I think this is a smart idea. I can't wait to see you guys live. Tell me what's coming up next for Stone Nobles. Tell me what to wait for in 2025. You gave me some dips. Let's plug everything. World domination, multiverses, banging moms, taking over the world, metal horror madman announcing you on stage, screaming like a lunatic. What's going on with you fellas? Let it out. Shout. Let it. All right, never mind. Let's calm down. Doing an interview.
All right. So first off, we do have a show coming up in a couple of weeks. The 30th, we're going to be playing at Alchemy.
Alchemy's a great venue.
Oh yeah,
I
been
might
there a few times.
Be there. You should try to be there.
Yeah, when is what? Do you know what day yet?
11:30.
November 30th.
So
I think I can be there. I'll hit you guys up. I'm pretty sure I'm going.
Right.
Yeah, I just saw.
it's gonna-
Yeah, I saw a band Scissor Hash and Wretched Inferno. They were there. RSI. Really cool place, right? Nice vibe.
Nice. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I know. We've been there a couple of times, so we're excited. It's gonna be a good bill. But we have that coming up. We're working on the double single right now. That one, we'd like to have that one out probably in the next few months or so. Really, really excited about that. Like Lance was saying earlier, we're taking another left turn. Like we're just taking the next direction, and then we're gonna pick the next one after that. But we'd love to work on that full project. We're kind of rounding the corner on that as well.
Nice.
We got all the songs for it.
Yep.
We have a couple of songs we've been kind of juggling for the last year or two. So we're definitely looking forward to getting some of those on some tracks. But until then, just keep looking out for that double single. Keep looking out for shows. We're gonna start
streaming everywhere.
That tied the whole episode together. That's why I said you guys are more insane than me, which I appreciate.
That's a custom
everything else-
Coyote
everything else
Express
has been-
whistle too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's sick. Holy shit, that's awesome. Oh, that's
yeah.
great. Oh, that's so cool. You should be selling these things. We all need these whistles. Then we
Yeah.
can attract those moms like that.
This is a prototype for official merchandise.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
so
we,
sick to
we
buy it.
tried to have a ridiculous catalog of merch.
Catalog of merch.
That's also next.
Oh yeah, our website, buy merch, please, por favor.
Yeah. Yeah, get on the website,
Help us.
www.stonenobles.com. We got everything you could possibly need: bios, t-shirts, baby onesies, coffee mugs, stickers and pins for you purists. But yeah, we're everywhere you can possibly find us: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, YouTube. We're gonna try to have some video content out, especially alongside this double single. But just keep an eye out. There's a lot of cool stuff that we're working on. So just keep them peeled.
That's it, huh? Let's all get everybody sign up. Go to Insta. Go anywhere Stone Nobles is. Buy the merch. Support them. Stream everything. Guys, the madman does not listen to garbage. Hence why no 5-finger death punch, okay? If I say to listen to a band, there's a reason. Follow them. Support this band. Fun guys. You just heard them. Real guys. Bringing back real music for the masses. Not afraid to take chances. Nobody's taking chances anymore. Everyone has one formula. They stick with it. It gets stale immediately. These guys are trailblazers, trendsetters. They're coming to your town, not just for your wives and daughters. They're coming to take over your music halls. And I really love you guys. I appreciate you stopping by. You're always welcome to come back. Anything that's going on, come back on. We'll talk about it. We'll try and have some fun because we're so serious all the time. And we'll just keep pumping and pushing everything we have here. And I just want to say it. Love you guys. Listen to your songs. I mean, I'm a good example, right? We know the type of shit I'm into, all these tattoos. I love your music. I fucking really do. It puts me in a great mood, especially on a Monday, because 97% of the time I'm hungover. Whatever. That's my own personal problems. But it just gets me amped up. I have my Red Bull. I take my allergy pill, and I'm psyched. I'm ready to go all over again and make more mistakes. I just want to tell you guys, thank you for the music. Thanks for the fun. And anything I can ever do, just let me know. I would love to announce you guys on stage, though. I will be so out of control. We'll create a viral moment like people have never seen before. I'm losing my voice. I've been yelling all day here.
Let's make it
If
happen.
you're there, you're doing it. You're doing it.
All right, I'm going to be at the Alchemy. And anybody wants to hear this, get your asses to the Alchemy. I'll start promoting it. All right? We'll talk beforehand. I'll try not to bang all the moms. I'll leave some for you guys. It's fine. whatever.
Yeah, your
Thank you for
mom's
that.
going, so you might as well go too.
That's the way that's how we promote this thing. That's actually that should be the poster.
Your mom's going.
Your mom's getting backstage. You ain't though. But I want to tell you guys, I can't wait to hang. I'll be there. I'll jump on there. We'll do a shout out. We'll get crazy. Love you guys. You need anything else? Anything you could think of? Anytime you have something to promote, just let. If I don't do it, it just means I missed it. So let me know, and I'll repost, share, all that stuff.
Thank you.
You got it.
Man.
You're the best,
You
man.
got it. Yeah.
Can we get a group fucking Slayer? Before
I
we
would
leave?
love to. No one has asked for this yet. This would make me very happy. Let me get some beverage.
Yeah, let me hydrate. Yeah.
All of us are, give us a little countdown here.
Producer Ethan, you enjoying these sounds right now?
Slayer.
Fucking Slayer, guys, was that good? Did I do a good job? Yay! Come to the alchemy. Aren't we aggressive? All right, we'll do it. I'll just count down from 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fucking Slayer! Let's thrash! Fuck! Love you guys. I'm dead now. I've been screaming for 10 hours. I'll see you at the Alchemy. I promise I'll be there. We'll hang.
Well, yeah.